Good Wednesday afternoon, folks, and welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and if it's Wednesday, it's Myrtle Beach Living, and we are here live again. And if you have anything to do with, or if it has anything to do with entertainment, with dining, with local businesses, and of course, my favorite real estate, then we are going to be talking about it here on Myrtle Beach Living. Today, I'm happy to have with us Chris Kemp, who is with Carolina Pool Services, and he's going to talk to us about how to take care of your pool and how to get in touch with them so that they can help you out. And one of the things that we definitely want to talk about today is winterizing your pool, and he's going to help us out with that as well. So let's get Chris on. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Todd. How are you?
Good, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. So let's get off to let's start off by getting to know you a little bit. Tell us where you're from, about your family, and that kind of stuff. I know I've known your wife, Carol, for a long time. Gosh, I think she was probably about knee high to me when I met Carol. So it's been a while.
Absolutely. So myself, I'm actually from Ohio. Todd, I'm actually from Ohio Valley. I've lived here on the Grand Strand since 2001. It's been great, no more snow around here, nothing to shovel. I absolutely love it. Of course, being in the pool industry, there's no better place than right here in Myrtle Beach. So I love it here.
Well, that's cool. So being at the beach, let's talk about your pool service. What got you into the business?
So about 14 years ago, my father cleaned pools on the side. He does a different line of work, but he cleaned some pools, and I started doing it then. Cleaning pools wasn't always my thing. I actually like to work with my hands, so I got more involved with the service and repair side of things. So I got involved with some other pool companies around here. I learned a lot from them. I took a lot of certification classes through them and through some of the manufacturers, and here we are a few years later. I love it. I love what I do. It's definitely, like I said, I like to work with my hands, so absolutely love the repair side. I love the people I get to meet, and there's a lot of resources here.
Yeah, that's you bring up a good point. A lot of people don't realize that in order to be in the pool service business, you have to be licensed, you have to have classes, you have to know how to deal with the chemicals that you're dealing with and the reactions that those can cause. There's a lot to it that a lot of people probably don't realize. Which brings me up to a great point. If anybody is watching today and you have any questions for Chris or myself, make sure you type those in the comments, or you can call us live at 843-246-7474, and we'll be glad to get those on air for you. Tell us about Carolina Pool Service and how it got started, and do you have a storefront? Are you, is there somewhere people can come and buy supplies, that kind of stuff?
So we started out, we've actually been in business here for about 2 years, going on almost 2.5 years now. Like I said, we work for other pool companies, and we decided, hey, what better way to bring the best customer service than to start our own business? So one day, my wife and I was out to dinner, and I just made a comment. I said, let's start our own pool company. Well, I didn't really think more about it than that. As time went by over the next several months, she brought that question back up to me. She said, so what do you want to do? Have you put any thought into starting your own business? And I said, well, no, not really, more than just that comment. So at that point in time, we decided, hey, why not do some research? And we figured out what all we'd have to do to start it. Like I said, license, insurance. There's a lot of steps to go that's involved with starting a business. So we decided to do it, and I tell you, I couldn't be happier. So as of right now, we have an office located off of Dick Pond. We don't currently have a storefront, but we do sell a lot of items. So we don't have an actual retail location. We're hoping maybe by the end of the summer, we'll actually have a retail store. It's something we're looking into doing. But we do sell items. We sell, any type of accessories for your pool. We do sell pool items, chemicals. We can sell ladders, stairs, anything that you need for your swimming pool. We also sell a lot of flotation devices, accessories, things just to enjoy your pool. If you got any kind of chairs that you would like for your pool, we do sell those items as well. And all the other pool necessary items that you need to maintain it, vacuums, automated vacuum systems, poles, brushes, anything that you need, and chemicals as well. For your pool.
I don't know if I've ever told you this or not, but I'm sure you're familiar with Hayward products, Hayward pools. And my brother started out in the, I guess, in the pump division in Clemens, North Carolina, working for Hayward Pools, and now he's the vice president of research and development. So that's good. They actually sent him to school to be a scuba diver, to go under and learn how to work on the pumps that are at the bottom of dams and things like that. So that was pretty cool. He enjoyed that. So,
well, that brings me to a good point. I'm glad you mentioned Hayward there. We're actually an authorized service center, warranty center for Hayward. That's one of our biggest manufacturers that we deal with. They've been great, and also we can offer other items. We can offer an extended warranty for those items. But anyhow, yeah. So hey, we're sorry, I got a dog here barking in the background.
That's all right. I thought it was Carol there for a minute.
Her bark's a little bit more aggressive.
Right, I understand. Well, we talked about some of the items that you guys sell and that you offer as far as accessories and whatnot. What kind of services do you offer? Like the cleaning, do you do installation for pools, that kind of stuff?
So we do. So our most common thing I'd say that we do is our weekly maintenance packages. So we do offer cleaning programs for our customers. We offer a weekly. What we do is we'll go out and we'll clean the pool on a weekly basis. Sometimes once a week, sometimes more than that. Really depends on the needs of the homeowner or the person that's needing the service. With that, we'll go out. We actually do a full service. We clean the pool. We check and inspect all the equipment. We check the chemicals and balance the chemicals. Then we do a full equipment inspection, so we make sure that the filter system's working properly. If they're on salt systems, we make sure that the salt levels are proper. We make sure that the salt system is also working properly. That's our more common, what we do every week. Now we also we currently build pools, so we do new construction pools. Anything we do luxury customized pools. We do swimming pool design. So if you want a pool built, we can tailor those needs, but we can also so we come out and we do a full 3D design. It's all on a computer software, so we can actually put that pool in your backyard so you can see what you want and things that you want to customize on it in your backyard. With that, we do service, repair, maintenance, and of course chemicals.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That's one of my goals in the next year or so is to put a pool in. I still have a lot more work to do on the house that we bought, but yeah, we definitely want to get into that. So that's cool. So you mentioned that the saltwater pools, the saltwater filter systems, we're starting to see a lot more of that here in this area. Are you seeing that that's becoming more common?
We do. I would say that almost 100%, I'd say about 98% of the pools that we put in now, swimming pools that we build or design, they pretty much come with a saltwater system. It's one of the more pure forms of chlorine. And real quick, just to bust a myth on that, a lot of people think that, if you get a saltwater pool, you don't have chlorine. You do actually still have chlorine. Chlorine's still in your pool. It's just the way that the chlorine is generated. It's a more pure and softer form of chlorine. That's where you get a lot of people tell you that the salt's better for your skin, doesn't make your eyes burn. You're still getting chlorine from it, but the salt's actually producing the chlorine. Now back to that, the saltwater pools, absolutely. Those are becoming a really popular thing. The only other type of sanitation other than chlorine would be a UV system, but still salt's very popular.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I want to go. And I just sold a house over the summer, and they had a beautiful pool, a beautiful deck, and they had the nice Hayward system in it. And not only was it the saltwater system, but it also had a heater in it and a cooling system. I didn't even know they made the cooling system. I guess if the water gets too warm, you can cool it down a little bit.
Absolutely.
That blew me away. But yeah, that was kind of neat. So
speaking of those systems there, sorry, go ahead, Todd.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I said, speaking of those systems, you're talking about the Hayward systems there, like the ones we install most commonly now, they're all controlled from your phone. So at this point, no more going out to your pool equipment and flipping a switch on and off to turn everything on, or going out there figuring out how to work your heater. You now get on a phone app and you can hit, your spa button there to turn on your heater. You can be at the grocery store, let's say you go out to dinner, and you forget that, hey, you want to use the spa tonight, you didn't turn it on. You stop right there in the middle of Food Line or Walmart, wherever you're at, and you click the button. And by the time you guys get back home, your pool will be heated up, the spa will be ready to go, whatever you want to do with it. Completely controlled remotely anywhere in the world.
I'm going to tell you, it's insane what these smartphones are doing anymore. I was at a house the other day, and this guy said, watch this, it's pretty cool. And he went on his phone, and he told his coffee maker to make a pot of coffee. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't know if it's cool to have all that intervention, or if it's actually just pure laziness on our part. I don't know, but either way, I guess it's pretty neat. So I did have another question that you mentioned here just a moment ago that kind of threw something in my head. But do you guys service hot tubs as well?
We currently are not servicing hot tubs. Now we do maintenance as far as the cleaning, but service and repair, I actually outsource that to another person that I know. That he specializes in nothing but portable hot tubs. Now, if they're an in-ground spa or hot tub, we do, but anything that's portable, consider portable, are the ones that are sitting on a deck, completely separated than any other pool equipment. So currently we do not service those.
But you can come and do the maintenance on them, like
cleaning,
check
correct.
chemicals and whatnot each week.
Correct. Absolutely. We can maintain the chemicals, the sanitation levels, and make sure that they're cleaned. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Because I think that's one area that's neglected a lot is people's hot tubs. They don't realize it. My daughter actually went to a place one time and she got some skin burns because they had way too much chlorine in it. So yeah, right. You gotta watch those. And that brings up another question. Do you guys service both residential and commercial?
So we do. We do offer both residential and service on residential and commercial stuff. That's both repair and maintenance. So we can go out and clean. We do have CPO licenses, so we can come out and clean those commercial properties or those residential properties, and we make the necessary repairs. So where some other companies, you may have to have two separate companies, a repair company, we can offer all those services in-house.
Awesome. That's great. Well, Chris, stick around with us, and everybody watching, stick around with us. If you have any questions after the break, please type those in the comments, and we'll be glad to get those on here. And stick around. When we come back, we're going to ask Chris about COVID and if it's something to be concerned about with your pool. So stick around. We'll be right back on Myrtle Beach Living Live.
Every client is unique and has different needs. Whether it's a growing family, a first-time buyer, an investor, or someone looking to downsize, I am here to help guide them through the process. My name is Todd Cartner. I am a realtor with Exit Coastal Real Estate Pros. I serve Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, and there is no place I would rather have my family call home. You need a realtor you can trust and will put your needs first. I want to become your lifetime realtor. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, please give me a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon.
All right, folks, welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and today we have with us Chris Kemp, who is with Carolina Pool Services, and we're talking to Chris about all the services that they offer and the accessories that they sell prior to the break. But now we're going to get into COVID. So I have this question that a viewer sent in ahead of time that knew you guys were going to be on, and the question says, if regarding COVID, they would like to know if you can get COVID from being in a swimming pool. Good question.
Okay, Todd. So this is actually a question that comes up quite often during this pandemic that we are all living in right now. So the short answer to that is no, you cannot contract it from a swimming pool. Now a little bit more detail with that. You cannot, there's no evidence saying you can contract COVID-19 from a properly sanitized body of water, meaning from the pool itself. Now, where we get into some craziness and a little bit more, the long answer is you still can contract that from person to person. So let's say two people are in a swimming pool together. You could contract that from the person next to you. You can also contract that from surfaces. So handrails can still actually contract the virus from bathrooms and other items that you'll touch in and around the pool area. So those items, if they're not maintained properly or being wiped down, you can still contract it. But actually in the swimming pool water itself, if sanitized, no, there's no evidence that you can contract it from the swimming pool.
So that's good. So basically the water's safe, but the contact surfaces and the human to human contact, you have to still be careful with. That's awesome. Well, here's another question we got from a viewer named Caitlin. She says, do you also offer the opening and closings of pool in the spring and fall? And does this include winterizing the pool?
So this is a unique question. Getting asked more and more. So we do have a lot more Northerners that move here, and Northerners are more used to closing their pool. This area, that is a service that we do offer, but it's kind of rare. Most pools around here, we recommend just staying open. It doesn't get below those freezing temperatures, at least not long enough to really do any damage to the equipment or anything, as long as the pool is running during those freezing temperatures. So with that, we do offer that. We do go out. We can open and close the pool. Closing, we would go out there. We would actually lower the water level just a little bit. We would empty out all the water out of the filter system, out of the pumps. We would clean and vacuum that whole pool system and balance all the chemicals with some additional chlorine just to last them throughout the winter time. That's pretty much the extent. There's a little bit more to it, but pretty much the extent of our closing process. Opening is pretty much the same thing, but in the reverse. We would put all the plugs back in. we would make sure everything's all working properly. We would fill that pool back up. We would start the system, make sure that we got all the air out of the system. And then again, we would clean again if needed and balance all the chemicals to start a good, happy, spring season. But again, most people here do not close their pools.
Yeah, and that's a lot of. I've heard a lot of people over the years say, "Why do people keep water in their pools on the ocean front?" Well, because the water table is so high that if you don't keep the water in there, they could pop right out of the ground if they're not a concrete pool. Correct?
Right. That is absolute the right answer. And in fact, we never recommend anybody ever drain their pools due to that reason. There's a lot, there's not a whole lot of knowledge with that nobody really tells people when they put their pool in. Hey, don't ever drain your pool. They think, hey, if my pool turns green, that's the first thing I should do. That's not actually the right answer. The first thing to do is either call a pool professional or, call us here at Carolina Pool Service. We'd be glad to take care of that for you. But yeah, don't ever drain it due to that same reason. The hydrostatic pressure in the ground, the water table would definitely, could cause a lot of damage. And could force that pool out of the ground.
Yeah, cool. Well, hey, Mary Ann's joining us today, and she says, is it less expensive to keep your pool serviced during the winter or to winterize it and close it?
So that's another great question. And yeah, so that's a big point that we actually make. Typically, it's less expensive to have us maintain your pool, or if somebody's going to maintain it. So what we do is a lot of our customers that we go out weekly during the active season, we just drop them down to a biweekly program. So instead of going out there every week, we go out every other week. We would still offer the same pool service that we do. We still offer the same maintenance, the cleaning, the inspection, and balancing all the chemicals. But we just do that every other week because the usage isn't there as much. But the overall, expense of that throughout the winter is a lot less expensive than all the chemicals you're going to use for starting and the resources you're going to use, starting and closing up the pool. So I would say it's almost half the cost just to keep your pool running throughout the winter time than it would be to start it back up in the summer and close in the winter.
Sure. And I think you guys, I think I saw it on your Facebook page. You're running a special that if you do a year's contract, you get 2 months free. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We are right now. So we are running that. We actually got two specials. If you do 6 months, you get 1 month free. If you do a year, you get 2 months free. So we found that most of our customers sign on. They end up being with us for several years, or if not longer, unless they sell, which I always recommend you, Todd, if they do sell. With that, so with that, we find it's better to save money that way. If they're going to use this for that long period of time, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks,
That's exactly right. Well, Chris, what recommendations would you give someone that's a pool owner to help extend the life of their pool and their pump?
So with this, if you're going to maintain your own pool, or even if you have a pool company, it doesn't matter either way, I would recommend checking that equipment. Make sure you don't see any leaks. Make sure that the skimmer basket and the pump basket, those are the two biggest problems we run into. They should be emptied out. I would inspect them daily. I would at least empty them as needed. If there's any leaves in there and stuff, that restricts water flow and actually can cause a lot of heat damage to the pump. It causes pumps to burn up without that excessive water coming in. Those are the items that are mostly neglected. A lot of people think, hey, I can't see nothing in there, so there's nothing in there, where the pump is usually around the side of the house or something. Just make sure you're inspecting those. On top of that, too, if you're maintaining your own pool, make sure that the calcium, a lot of people check chlorine and pH. Those are the two most common factors that everybody checks in the pool. But those, even though those chemical levels are really important, there's others, alkalinity and the calcium. Those are really important for plaster and gel coats in your pool. If those items are not being maintained at least weekly, that's where your damage would actually come to the body or cell of the pool. So I would say check those items weekly as well.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. That's a lot of great information, Chris. I appreciate you joining us. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
I think that is it. Again, like I said, we're always offering different types of specials during this COVID time here. Everybody wear a mask and try to be safe. Other than that, that is it, Todd.
Well, there you go. I've known Chris and Carol for a long time, and if you guys are looking for pool service, please reach out to them. You can get them on Facebook at facebook.com/Carolina Pool Service, or you can give them a call at 843-855-0119, and they'll be glad to help you out there. Chris, I appreciate you joining us, and guys, stay with us next week. We'll see you right here on Wednesday with Myrtle Beach Living Live. Have a great week. Bye-bye.